Dirty Sports, episode 839, live on YouTube in 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Southern California, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's afternoon for both of us for once.
Yeah, how goes it? How goes it in SoCal?
It goes great. We're getting a little bit of a late start today because I just had an epic couple of days down in San Diego. Watched my Mets get slaughtered on Tuesday. No hit for like almost 6 innings by Yu Darvish, who I think was, getting some sort of revenge after I remember the last time we were down in San Diego together doing Josh's show. I put the Yu Darvish curse on him in that game 7. So he shoved it against the Mets. Then they got their ass kicked again last night. I don't want to talk about it, but just San Diego. Great. Got up yesterday morning, went to the famous Waffle King, played some golf, went for a surf, and then did comedy. It's a California quadruple right there.
Yeah. And I have to ask, when you were golfing, did you see any Saudis on the course?
I did not see any Saudis on the course.
Are they called Saudis?
I don't know if they are. I think people definitely refer to Saudi Arabians as Saudis. I don't know if that's a term of endearment or not.
Okay,
I'm lost at this point.
I just got canceled. Saudi Arabians?
Yeah. Little people. How are we calling these?
I am so fascinated by this LIV tour.
This is drawing you in to golf. We've been trying, Tug was trying to get us both in. Then I came on board when I started playing. And now Andy Ruther going to be the head of social media for the LIV tour, the Live tour. Is it the 55 tour? I don't even know what this. I've never even heard it said. Is it the Live tour?
I don't either.
The Live Free and Die tour, because it's apparently like a revolt against the PGA.
But it's fascinating.
A lot of people leaving.
That's what I'm saying. Like
some of the most interesting names in golf. Like
we've never seen this, obviously in golf, but we've never seen this in like a professional sports league. I don't know if you call the PGA a league. Is it a league?
Sure. An association.
Yeah.
But the NBA is an association. Yeah. It's the league.
And that's why it's just so interesting to me that it's just happening so quickly, right? You hear about it from Phil Mickelson months ago. He makes that comment, which actually got him in trouble. And now the irony is everyone's joining the thing that got him in trouble.
Well, I think it was his comments of like sort of minimizing, I think his comments got him in trouble because they sort of minimized whether it be human rights violations or whatever. I think people were mostly upset about like the way he just kind of like shrugged it off. Like, well, blah, blah, blah. We don't care. But like, and it's almost like he easily could have joined the same way all these guys are, just be like, yo, I just want more money, without causing all kinds of controversy if he had just like not even.
Which, for the record, most of these guys aren't saying that, which I think is pathetic too.
Right.
Like they're not just directly saying, yo, I'm getting $100 million or $200 million. Just say it. Just say it. Don't talk about taking care of your family. Just say it, man.
Yeah.
Like we all know what it is. I don't care. People don't care. These are like $1 million questions. I should say $200 million questions that a lot of us would struggle with, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about this amount of money and taking it from quote unquote blood money.
I mean, again, the kind of the issues here are so layered because it seems like all PGA golfers are open, maybe not like super vocal about it, but like open or like not ashamed of the idea that the PGA has problems and that it's not run as well as it could be, and they don't do a good job promoting them, and they fucking keep them from showing stuff online, like so many of the issues that people have in baseball. So it's like that, the idea that there's this thing that's set up as a way to kind of force the PGA to fix some of their issues, and the PGA is responding by being like, you're banned forever.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think to me that's a terrible response.
And then obviously the only way you could ever do something like this, like, here's the thing. If you offered Garrett Cole $600 million to pitch in the independent leagues, he'd probably fucking go.
Sure.
You know what I mean? He's getting $300 million to pitch in the big leagues, but like, if you offered him $600 million, he'd probably leave, right?
Yeah, you're talking generational. You're talking wealth, like some of these deals.
Again, the one that got a lot of coverage and got a lot of clicks and got a lot of whatever is the simplest form to tell you what's happening is Dustin Johnson's deal is for $125 million. Tiger Woods' career earnings on the PGA Tour are $121 million. That's over the last 20 whatever years as the greatest golfer of all time.
Yeah, that tweet said a lot. That's exactly it. He's making more money per reports in this league.
And to be honest with you, I'm relatively new to following golf in the professional format. Obviously, it's always been something that, you watch the Masters your whole life. You watch, I see golf coverage. I see US Open coverage for years. Used to watch the Buick because it was always in fucking Westchester. Like, so many, like, I know about golf, but only recently in playing more and becoming more interested in the sport have I sort of followed, like, am I following like a couple of golf Twitters and a couple of whatevers and watching Thursday coverage of random majors? You know what I mean? So at this point, I've got a handle on a little bit what's going on tour. And by far, to me, the most interesting golfers on tour are fucking leaving. Dustin Johnson, Bryson, Patrick Reed, who's always being, accused of cheating. Like, there's stories there. Brooks Koepka, I know we talked about the Bryson Brooks Koepka beef. I don't understand I think he is the world's most gigantic douchebag. To me, nothing interesting about him at all. I know he's like a guy out there. But who else is really like moving the needle? Tiger, obviously, sticking around and will always move the needle in golf. But who's really moving the needle that stayed? Now, there's great golfers that are staying, and there, the level of play is still going to be greater on the PGA Tour. But in terms of interesting,
well, you're right. So take
Bryson, Patrick Reed, and Dustin Johnson more interesting to me than essentially everybody who's still on tour, with the exception of Tiger, Rory, McIlroy. I don't know.
But see, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm a prime example of what you're saying. I'm actually the poster child because I don't really follow golf. Like you said, the majors, I know who win, whatever. Like, I host a sports show twice a week, so I know enough, but I don't follow it. But this is what I do know. I know Dustin Johnson loved cocaine and he's married to Paulina Gretzky. Again, interesting. I know Bryson DeChambeau got jacked and bulked up. Again, storyline there.
And hits it, is changing golf in the way he plays it.
Yes, I know all that. I don't know anything about Rory McIlroy. Like, what's his story? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's proving your point. I don't know anything about those guys. So it's fascinating to me, not just the money, because between Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson,
Phil Mickelson again.
Exactly.
He's Phil Mickelson. I'd argue Phil Mickelson's at this point with his age and everything, what he did last year. Like, to me, he's actually more interesting than Tiger to me, But I know there are people who are just like, well, I'll suck Tiger's dick if he, crosses the street. So
Sure.
I understand that's something that'll always be, but like, yeah, those 4 guys, again, there's tons of great golfers that are still on the PGA Tour, but in terms of interesting, I don't even think it holds a candle.
In terms of marketing.
Yeah, just in terms of like personalities.
Well, those 3 of those guys reportedly made 400 to 500 million. They're getting paid. And the argument is this will fold, it's going to go nowhere, and it could. But when money's not an issue, things get scary.
Yeah.
We're talking the Saudi regime or crown. I don't know what it's technically titled. We're talking trillions of dollars. They have trillions of dollars. And when I watched it today, I watched some of it while I was eating. I was curious. I had to put it on. Look at me. This is a prime point. Look at me. Thursday afternoon, I have golf on my computer while I'm eating. I've probably never done that. But live, it said 100,000 people were watching. And that, by the way, those numbers, when you're on live YouTube, the number's usually about 10 times that. They might have had 1 million people watching this live, is my point. Think about that.
Yeah.
They're not getting 1 million people watching live on a Thursday, a PGA event. They're not going to be able to compete, not even close, with the purses. Here's a quick comparison between the two.
Which purses? Which purses are larger?
Oh, the LIV crushes them.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like, they're not only paying players, the purses crush the PGA. So the US Open has the biggest purse of the 4 majors. 12.5 million in prize money, and the winner gets 2.25 million. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So in comparison, 255 million are going to be awarded in prize across the first 8 LIV tournaments. And here's something that's interesting. The winner of each tournament here gets $4 million. The last placed finisher, the Happy Gilmore of the group, the big check guy of the group, gets 120 grand to finish last place. Like that, there it is right there. That's what I'm saying. They can't compete. Last place. Oh, if I have the shittiest day of golf I've ever had, I'm going to make $120,000. So for everybody who wants to,
I played shitty golf yesterday. I would have loved to walk away with $120,000.
yeah,
I should have played well yesterday for me, but it would have been shitty for a tour stop. That's for sure.
So that just puts it all in perspective. And I don't understand suspending. I think what's happening is you're seeing now, and it's very similar to NCAA, you're seeing alternatives, whether it's the name and image likeness deal or something like this. And it's all control, guys. To me, that's anything in life, right? Once you lose control, you do things like suspend or ban.
Yeah, because what the PGA is leaning into too is like, it's always been your goal to be a PGA Tour player, and it's always been whatever. And it's like it's the same thing we talk about with so many of these like sports conversations. And I can't wait to talk about Draymond's comments on 80s and 90s players and stuff like that. But like this propaganda that a lot of these leagues use to say, if you're not doing it here, then you're not really doing it. And this has been something that in surfing has been happening for 20 years, which is all these surfers hate the tour. They don't think it's run well. They don't think the money's there. And the guys who fucking truly love to surf and want to just make money surfing the best waves in the world, they say fuck the tour, because the tour, the waves aren't always good. And you end up in these shitty waves, and you're at the mercy of these judges and whatever. And it's like, I can make just, Rob Machado was like, I can make just as much money going somewhere on my own.
Yeah.
Filming it, putting out a DVD, putting out clips, getting my own sponsors.
Yeah.
As I would in this shitty tour that doesn't know how to manage itself.
Well, I mean,
but the PGA, the NBA, Major League Baseball, all these things, it's like the bottom line is if you can go and do it elsewhere and get paid the same or more, or God forbid more, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I'd say that I think the best comparison is where we're at right now with the current media / entertainment world, right? It's like I was having this discussion with my brother and sister-in-law the other day talking about the traditional TV movies. I said, people don't care about that anymore because of the money, right? Like if you're a massive YouTube star, like my nephew's 5, he watches Dude Perfect, right? Like that's a big deal now for him to watch a massive YouTube. My point is the whole Hollywood wants to sell the glitz and the glamour of, oh, I'm on TV. Cool, dude. I have my own TV show that I record in my basement or my house, and I make way more than I would ever make if I was on a hit sitcom now. To me, it's the exact same thing what's happening. Or I don't have to go on a mainstream news show or a mainstream sports channel if you have a massive following.
Right.
And that's what this is. They're just saying, cool, I get to play golf and I make money. Now, I know, again, the argument comes back to you're taking money from a country that is awful with human rights across the board. But I do want to say this quickly. If you did that we fucking
have been in bed with for as long as the PGA has existed.
Yes. And if you did some digging, and I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like doing it, but I bet if you did some serious digging with how much money the Saudi Arabian kingdom or whatever it's called throws around in investments, I guarantee you they've put money into whatever it's the PGA or serious sponsors of the PGA. You see my point. My point is if you did enough digging, now I know it's not directly eye to eye taking money from them or investments. I'm not saying it is. All I'm saying is, like you said,
I'm not going to go down this whole fucking thing because, I think we've explained it thoroughly. And also it's, sometimes when I go on these things, it sets people off, but like, what the fuck are we, American people that act like we're not like a fucking, we're not the fucking worst is unbelievable. Oh, golf. We're talking about golf. We're literally talking about the sport that takes up the most land. They're like, we're going to put a golf course here. Can you just make sure you behead all the natives and get them off this land so that we can, also all these golf courses in the South, make sure that slaves fucking work this field so that we can turn it into a golf course. Who the fuck are we that ever acts like we're, you're going to take money from China and Saudi Arabia. The whole world outside of the people in the United States of America look at us that way. Just so you guys are aware, they think we're gigantic pieces of shit.
Well, and not only that, we all know how long our government has been in bed with Saudi. So that's my point. It's like, wait, so you're diehard for this politician, and it doesn't matter right or left. You're a stand for one of these people. Hey, guess who they've never not taken money from?
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia. Right. So like, to me, it's kind of a moot point.
That's the way they treat homosexuals. How do we treat homosexuals?
Now we
the way they treat women. How do we treat women?
Now, to be fair, I mean, we do treat those instances better, but I see your point. There's a point there. My
point is if you're going to be the person that's pointing fingers, then let's just play let's move all sports to fucking Sweden.
Yeah, I agree.
Where people are treated well. You know what I mean? We're suddenly going to be like we're suddenly going to sit on a high horse. And talk about how people treat other people.
Well, it's funny you say that because I actually thought about that. For everybody crying on this, I'll just look at them and say, then don't watch the NFL.
Yeah.
Because you have no problem supporting a lot of bad people who play every Sunday. Don't watch the NFL.
I mean, the only fucking money, the only deal that even comes close to matching what some of these golfers are getting in this is Deshaun Watson's new deal.
I know.
Deshaun Watson at this point, The only thing he has more of than the Cleveland Browns money is fucking accusations from women that he fucking raped them.
It really is a natural segue. And it is interesting. Like you said, people crying foul on this, and they're going to have no problem. In fact, I had an idea I wanted to ask you. Let's see where we're at on this concerning Deshaun Watson. All this stuff is coming out, more and more stuff, claims according to the New York Times that the team knew about it. The team was allowing him to use their NDAs, their facilities, setting up hotels. They knew. All these things are coming out. More and more women are coming out, are filing lawsuits. At this point, there was the wild article that said, or news, that he had secured massages from random strangers for more than 100 times. So like, we kind of know the MO. He reaches out to somebody. Some of these women say, hey, I'm not even a massage therapist, or I'm just a licensed esthetician. I can just do facials or back facials or whatever it is. And he doesn't care. He does something wrong. He forces the issue. He assaults, whatever it is. With all that being said, the Browns knew. People, you see some of these idiots in the media. I'm not even going to name names. Like, oh, the Browns didn't do as much research as the New York Times. The Browns knew, and the NFL knew, because there's no way they're giving this guy $230 million if they didn't know the NFL is not going to be too hard on this. That's my point. Even if they suspend him a year, whatever, and they won't. That's what I want to ask you. That's what I was thinking of. What is the over-under, or let's just guess. We don't have to do over-under. How many games will Deshaun Watson miss in 2022? I'm going to say 8.
I was going to say 8. Now with 17, I'm going to say the over-under is 8.5.
Yeah, it's a perfect over-under. So that begs the question, Joe. They gave $230 million, so he misses half the season. It's a 5-year deal.
Anyway, let's watch the Browns game and turn off this Saudi thing. Their treatment of women is disgusting.
Exactly.
Let's watch Deshaun. Let's see if Deshaun Watson can rape the Bengals today.
Yeah, and no one's going to care. No one's going to care. I'm just calling it as it is, including myself. Like, dude, Deshaun Watson, Joe Burrow, sign me up.
That's always the point. The point is like, what are we even fucking talking about here? You just got to like live your life. Like, you have 2 options.
Yeah.
You become a fucking freedom fighter and you fucking stop it all, or you fucking just go whatever. That's why the whataboutism. That's why the people that fucking pick and choose their goddamn battles out there and try to fucking play just to the people that listen to them are fucking clowns.
Sure.
And most of the time are doing it for selfish fucking reasons. You don't care. This is just your way of making money.
100%.
You're the PGA. The PGA doesn't care about fucking women.
No.
Or fucking, gays. Like they care about them making money.
Yeah.
Clay Travis doesn't care about China. He cares about fucking rallying his people to fucking be like, this is why we're anti-woke.
Sure.
No one gives a fuck.
Mina Kimes doesn't care about women. You literally are an analyst for the league that is against women, the National Football League. You don't care. You wouldn't cover a sport that had been so detrimental to your gender if you cared. I couldn't agree more. And that's what'll be interesting. It seems like we're on the same page. They're just hedging their bets. Don't you agree? I think they know they're not giving someone $230 million unless they know. The NFL had to have talked to Roger Goodell or whoever in charge of the discipline. There's no way they're throwing him that much money.
And I honestly don't even know how it all works. Like, let's say they gave him that money. He never plays. He has to give it back. Like, I don't even fucking know how it works.
No, a lot of it's guaranteed.
Yeah. But if you get guaranteed money and then you retire, you don't just keep it.
Sure. Well, he's playing again. The notion, when I see these things about, they make me laugh. Any moron, complete and utter idiot who's out there like, dang, he should be banned from life. It's never going to happen, ever. Like, how many guys are we going to talk about? Ray Lewis was involved in murder. He's a statue. Murder. No one's going to care when Deshaun Watson lines up against Joe Burrow in a battle of Ohio with two of the elite quarterbacks in the AFC. No one's going to care. No one. People will bitch about it on Twitter. They'll bitch about it on social media. They'll write jokes. They'll do memes. No one's going to care. Because guess what? Deshaun Watson brings in eyeballs. He's a young quarterback. He's a star. He's going to be electric to watch. And that's all that matters. And you're right. None of these corporations care. And the NFL is a corporation. The PGA, they're a corporation. They don't care. At the end of the day, they're just trying to make money. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, especially that Baker Mayfield has been excused from minicamp.
So weird. It's so weird. What a situation. The Browns have fucking backed themselves into this weirdest corner. Baker Mayfield excused from minicamp. They can't find a trade partner for him. But why are you trading him? He might be your starter. But then he's not going to want to play for them, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But also, no one wants you. So where are you going to play?
Sure. Well, he won't play for them.
Yeah.
Or
Or will
they
he?
signed your boy,
Who'd they sign?
Jacoby Stromboli.
The Browns did?
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett.
Stromboli went to the fucking Browns?
Stromboli.
Jacoby Briscoli?
Jacoby Briscoli.
Josie Briscoli.
Yeah. Josie and the Pussycats is going to be the starting quarterback.
Tug likes it. Tug's in.
Brano never forgets. What was that, 2019? 3 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they signed him. He's their backup. Now the Browns owe Baker $19 million. It seems like they're just ready to eat it.
Yeah. You know what's amazing? And this is a transition into it. It's like, I don't understand at this point the NFL salary cap and the
None
way
of it makes sense.
None
of it makes sense.
How come the Giants are in cap hell? But I heard the Rams had one shot at it because they're in cap hell, but the Rams can sign everybody.
Yeah.
The Rams have signed everybody. They've extended
Matthew Stafford,
and Aaron Donald this year.
Kupp, Donald, Stafford, all extended.
They signed Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. 3 key cogs in the Super Bowl team. They didn't just extend them. They're giving them like all time, most money for non-quarterback position, most money, most guaranteed money for wide receiver. Like these are all time contracts.
Meanwhile, the Giants were like, sorry, we signed Kenny Galladay. We can't sign anybody for 14 years. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Why?
I think I agree. I was laughing. I was reading some comments just like this on the Athletic. That's what everybody was saying. They're like, man, I need the Rams accountant. Like this guy knows how to finagle money.
I mean, at this point, every team seems to be able to do it, except the teams that just don't know how to do it. The teams are just like, no. The Rams are literally like, that's it. That's your Super Bowl. We can't. We don't have any money. They're like, just kidding. We extended everybody. Like what? Were you just doing a fucking? Are you doing a bit?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Everyone said, "Oh, they got their bowl, right? They got their one Super Bowl. This is it. They got it. They got the ring.
Now's the window."
That window is completely open right now.
They're not going to be able to bring. They're going to have to franchise Aaron Donald. They're like, no, we're going to make you the highest paid defensive player of all time.
Yeah, and the next day, Cooper Kupp is going to just roll up and just get a truckload full of cash. I mean, who's next?
So Odell, hopefully. Fuck it. Sign him. Sign him before it's too late. Give the man his money. I heard he's He fucking crashed Sean McVay's wedding. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he wasn't invited, but he showed up anyway.
It's a pretty baller move. I kind of like it.
Pretty baller. He really wants to get re-signed, I think. He's like, yo, I brought a gift. And they're like, what'd you bring? He's like, 60 million more in cap space. They're like, you can't give that as a wedding gift. He's like, you can. The NFL's crazy.
You know what I picture? I picture Odell.
It was on your registry.
This is what I picture him doing. You know the first Willy Wonka? How he walks out. Gene Wilder walks out with the cane, like limping.
And then rolls.
I picture him doing that, and then he rolls into like a dance, and then he's doing moves on the dance floor.
Yeah. He's whipping and nay-nay, like his old fucking touchdown dance.
Yeah, I don't get it, but they seem to make it work. And I almost feel, I don't know. Is that an LA thing? I almost feel like the Lakers have done that multiple times where you say, oh, this and this about the cap, but they're going to make it work.
Yeah. And every team that Tom Brady's on, they're like, we're in cap hell. And they're like, just kidding. We're going to pay Tom Brady more than he was getting. And now we have more money. You're like, what? I don't understand what you're talking about.
I wish I was smart enough.
We've restructured Tom Brady's contract to pay him more. And now we have cap space. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish I was smart enough to understand this.
Just the swaggy P with the fucking math meme.
Yeah. I almost think this is a conspiracy theory at this point. Is the NFL salary cap a myth, or is there just no cap?
There's two different kinds of GMs. Every team has one of two GMs. They're either Dustin Hoffman and Rayman, and the salary cap doesn't matter, or they have Charlie from It's Always Sunny, and he's doing the fucking murder thing. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're out of money.
Sure.
But if you tie a string to this player, then this guy, and then here we have Kenny Galladay. So now you can never sign another player ever again.
Yeah. No, you're right though. I don't get it. So the Broncos sold for a North American sports franchise record $4.6 billion, man, which is double what the Panthers just sold for. It's insane what the value of these pro teams are now. Now I know the Broncos are a storied franchise.
Yeah.
With
a crazy fan base,
great fan base, multiple Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowl appearances.
Did you see the Elway story?
I did not.
So when Elway retired, or in his last year or something like that, the team owed him $21 million. They offered him 10% of the team at the time, which was the valuation of 10%. Like 10% of the team was equivalent to the $21 million they owed him. So they're like, instead of paying you, we'll give you 10% of the team. They also offered him, I think, another 10% of the team at $15 million. So they were trying to do this deal for him. Like, we'll let you buy the team. Instead of paying you, we'll let you buy 20% of the team for $15 million total, plus what we owe you. He would have made $900 million. He did not do it.
I didn't see this. This might be one of the dumbest business moves I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
How did he not see that? The way it was just like you see the arc of professional sports across the board, right?
He couldn't see because his wife was in the way. So he threw her down the stairs and it was too late. The deal was gone.
Too soon. So that's out there. I got to read that. That's fascinating.
Yeah. You want me? I can forward it to you right now if you want.
Yeah. Please send that over. He turned down all of that. Again, the return on investment. I would love to know the percentage that he would yield on that. It's like 900 million, you said?
Yeah. Here, I'm sending it to you right now. A 23-year-old mistake is about to cost John Elway $900 million. Rob Walton, the heir to the Walmart fortune, just bought it for $4 million. The great news for everyone associated with Broncos, and it should be even better news for Hall of Fame quarterback John Elway. But because of his foolish decision to pass on buying 20% share of the Broncos 23 years ago, Elway is about to miss out on what would be a $900 million payday. John Elway could have purchased 20% of the Broncos in 1998. The values of franchises exploded, blah, 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 blah. According to Darren Rovell, after Elway led Denver to its first ever Super Bowl title in 1998, team owner Pat Bowlen offered the QB a 10% stake in the franchise for $21 million, which was the remaining amount of the Broncos contract that they owed him. The offer also allowed for Elway to purchase another 10% for $15 million. Bowlen gave Elway a full season to think about it. In 1999, the QB led Denver to another Super Bowl. The deal still on the table. Elway eventually decided to pass on the opportunity and invest his career earnings elsewhere. That turned out to be a $1 billion mistake.
Thank God he's not my financial advisor.
Yeah.
I wonder where he put his earnings. Like, what'd you do with that $21 million?
Elway's still worth $145 million, but his fool's choice.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for the guy.
Could go down as one of the worst business decisions in sports history.
Who was his financial advisor? Antoine Walker? Poor Antoine Walker, just taking shrapnel out of nowhere from me. Sorry, man, but you kind of did lose $150 million.
Lenny Dykstra is like, don't do it, man.
Spend it on
I'm selling Amway. Why don't you get into this game? Here's what happens. You give me some money, and then you get your neighbors to give you some money, and they get their neighbors to give them some money. Sounds like a pyramid scheme. Yeah, it is. I'm in.
Again, Joe, this isn't like I'd have maybe like I'd feel sorry for him a little. I'm not sorry, but like I'd understand it more if this was like the early 80s. Because like we didn't know where like by the mid 90s, we knew where the sports world was going with all these contracts and the money.
This wasn't Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How does it work? Well, the team exists on the internet, you know?
I'm just
talking
trying
about
to
the Denver fucking you played for the Broncos, bro.
Which brings me to my next point. CTE is real. That's all I'm going to blame here.
Yeah.
Like he and that guy, you know, he would take some hits. He was a big moving quarterback. That's all. There
we go. John Elway, team sold, and he just got $900 million because he owned 20. Now fix your teeth.
I was thinking, is you gonna do a Norm joke on this? That's wild, man. That's absolutely wild. Yeah, he's the guy who would show up and they'd be like, okay, the Saudis are going to pay you $100 million.
Yeah.
To golf this course. Or there's one down the street. You stay in the PGA. They're going to pay you $10,000. And they'd be like, I'm going down the street.
Yeah. Stanford told me nothing's more important than going down the street.
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. Well, sucks for him, but I'm excited for this season. Although I don't want to see any more Russell Wilson videos, man. Speaking of the Broncos.
Honestly, Russell Wilson being a Walmart employee at this point is just too perfect.
Yeah, it is.
So on brand. Can't wait for the fucking Russell Wilson in a fucking Walmart vest commercial.
He's
like, come down to Walmart where we have unlimited savings. No. He's a superhero at this point. He is Captain Cringe.
He's
Captain Cringe and son.
He is. And again, I've always liked him, of course, on the field, but off the field, dear God, man. I'm amazed at how well he plays.
Bronco country. Get loud. Get loud. Bronco country. Bronco country? Get loud. It's like he's Christopher Walken doing different takes. Bronco country.
But even just not in the videos, even just like his posts.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that one.
Have you considered getting loud? Bronco country?
Where is that? I got to play that. I'm trying to pull that up. but it's pretty cringe.
He is cringe.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue that, man. I think it's the Jesus thing. I don't know, man.
Nothing's cringier than Jesus.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Is there any guy who's like a big Jesus guy who you're like, oh, he's all right? But like a big Jesus guy.
Yeah.
But like Chris Pratt's a Jesus guy, but he's not like Russell Wilson Jesus guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Also, are there people that are desperate? Like, is anybody like Chris Pratt's the coolest guy on earth?
I'm not saying he's the coolest guy on earth, but I think he's like, I wouldn't call him cringe. I think he's personable. I think
sure.
like my point is, like when it comes to athletes, like Derek Carr's a Jesus guy, Russell
Pretty
Wilson.
Cringe.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they're all kind of cringy. I don't know. I guess we should talk some NBA. We're 30 plus minutes into this bad boy.
Yeah.
You called it. The game was good for a minute.
It was good, and then it got away. But let me just tell you guys right now, it took the whole playoffs, but I'm absolutely dominating my gambling. Guys, we're going Golden State money line game 4. Golden State money line game 4 on the road, already dogs. I think they're 4.5 dogs. This is going 7.
What's Steph's injury status? He says he's going to play.
Yeah.
He's having a good series.
Yeah. But not like the bottom line is just exactly what we said. The Celtics needed to be balanced, and they're fucking balanced. They're doing to the Celtics, or they're doing to the Warriors what the Warriors used to do to other people. It's like, you can't stop all of us.
Well, if they're balanced like last night, they're not going to lose the series. They just won't.
Well, I predicted Celtics in 7.
They're younger. They're more athletic. Defensively, they can just get after it as a team, not just Marcus Smart, right? Not just everyone's talking about defensive player of the year. They get after it as a team, and that energy, everything you could hear watching the game, and then everything you read, they just said that place was nuts, and it has to give favor to the Boston crowd being a late start.
Yeah.
Imagine how 9 p.m. East Coast start last night. Imagine how drunk every Celtics fan is in there.
Yeah. Blackout.
Like just blacked out at that point.
But I mean, 27, 26, 24 for the top 3 scorers.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. If you get that, they're not going to lose. And Clay played great. Steph played great. They were shooting the ball well.
Draymond scored 2 points. Did a podcast after. Draymond puts out more podcasts than he scores points. He'll put out 3 episodes before next game. He scored 2 points.
They really got to tee his ass up, though, man. I mean, again, I know we say it every episode. The amount of bitching, dude. Shut up and just play. He bitches all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't even like dislike Draymond, for the record. I just think you got to shut up at times.
I kind of do dislike Draymond, because the thing is like, again, like you were saying, like on another team and whatever, like I truly believe he does have mental illness. Like, he has mental illness when it comes to how he acts on the court. His mental illness when he talks about it. I don't know if you saw the clip the other day of like him having his Steph on his podcast saying that Steph and Clay couldn't do it without him, and he couldn't do it without Steph. Him and Clay couldn't do it without Steph, and him and Steph couldn't do it without Clay. Like, that they're all It's like, dude, you bitch at the refs for an entire game. You took 4 shots. You made 1 of them. What would you say you do here?
Yeah, it's true.
Now, every once in a while, he stumbles into a good point. I mean, the 90s, 80s, 90s NBA rant was fucking on point. But
yeah, it was like I think it was CT who tweeted that. It was like a vintage dirty sports rant comparing.
And I hate that, he's such a fucking, kind of annoying and insane person that you hate to side with him. So like the public is being like, oh, Draymond saying stupid shit again. It's like, nah, every once in a while, some stupid shit, a stupid person stumbles on a good point, which he made a great point, which is like everybody bitching about how tough it was.
I'll play it.
Play some.
One thing that baffles me.
Why is it not loud? Can you hear it?
Barely.
Yeah, for some reason it's. Let me see here.
By the way, I got a great, speaking of basketball, shitty opinions and propaganda and whatever. I got the most hilarious.
Let me try this
Got
again.
it? Yeah.
One thing that baffles
Same, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just that clip. God damn it. I don't know why it does that. I'm pulling it from Twitter.
Yeah.
But this is from the Warriors. This is from a Warriors NBC feed. Let's see if I can get a different one. What's crazy is it might actually be better. Do you have your phone there?
Yeah.
It might actually be better. Go to Dirty Sports Twitter
And just play it right into the phone.
Just play it right in the phone. I bet it sounds better.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
About the 80s or the 90s or whatever you want to call when basketball was so much more physical is some of the guys that be talking weren't the guys that was punching people. Like they act like, guys was just walking around the court like I'm hitting this guy in the nose. There were a few guys back then that would lay you out, that would knock you out, that would foul you and get thrown out the game. Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn, but everybody running around acting like they were that. Y'all were getting bullied. And so it baffles me when every guy, just because they played in the 80s, just because they played in the 90s, is like, man, if you played in our day, you get knocked out. Like, no, not really, because it wouldn't be you. So, okay, you saying Rick Mahorn would have knocked me out. Rick Mahorn probably knocks you out. Like, Bill Laimbeer probably lays you.
Yeah, the point.
Well, and then he goes on to say the same points we've always made. If you took that skill set of those two guys, Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn, you're not playing in the current NBA because you can't shoot, you can't run.
And he says that too. And he's like, the idea that people will say, oh, if you played in the 2020, you had to be a sharpshooter. It's like, it's just Steph. It's just Clay. It's just like 20 guys. It's 50 guys. It's not like every single guy in the NBA is the best shooter of all time. It's just the way every guy. And you know what the funny thing is too? It's always like, I mean, we look back on the era of the 80s and the 90s. I mean, it's essentially the Jordan era, right? And it's like Jordan didn't win against the Bad Boy Pistons. Remember? Like, that's the thing. Oh, you would never be able to survive if you fucking went up against the Bad Boys Pistons. Yeah. You mean you'd get bounced out of the playoffs by them every year, like Michael Jordan did, until they finally aged out, till the Celtics were too old? Then he beat the Celtics when they were too old. Then he fucking beat the Pistons when they were too old. Like, it's like, what are we talking about? We're talking about LeBron could never. Michael could never. Till he did, right? And then what? In the 90s? Oh, he's the only guy who won. So are we saying fucking none of those other guys, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, all these dudes, they just didn't. I guess they also were just bullied to the point where they couldn't win. Yeah.
Well, again, it's so true.
I got to read this. I don't know if Tyler will be upset about this, but it's the funniest it's one of the funniest messages I've ever gotten. This is why I love DirtBalls. Our boy, Tyler, cousin Tyler of the famous McCoys, Randy Ruther's cousin Tyler from Arizona. He goes, Prano, started dating this girl a month ago. Do I need to break things off? Question mark. And then he sends me a screenshot of their text messages. She writes, I don't know what it's in response to, but she writes, absolutely not. Watch every single one of LeBron's games. He's the laziest defender in the world. Man doesn't even defend. He's a horrible player to his teammates. Michael Jordan literally did it all. He was an amazing player, an amazing person. He played offense and defense. LeBron is a coward who can't be loyal to a team. The reason Michael Jordan stopped playing basketball is solely because he would not play for the Chicago Bulls and under Phil. That is a true player and legend. I'm not even kidding about the fact that you actually like LeBron gets me so heated. I will argue about this till the day I die. Like what? LeBron is all offense. He is the one that stole the spotlight, and the fact that Michael Jordan enhanced all of his teammates, Scotty, Puppet, Dennis Miller, or Dennis Rodman, etc. LeBron only focused on himself, continues to do that. Michael Jordan plays the game in place for his teammates, in place for his team, in place for his coach. And then
that's just, you know what that is? You know what that is?
Yeah.
That's just a woman brainwashed by her dad.
My response, yes, you should break up with her. You know why? Not because she loves MJ and hates LeBron, but because all of her points are brainwashed ones, which means she's susceptible to propaganda. So she'll probably end up dumping you for some guy who pretends to be rich, or because some podcast she listens to convinces her you're a gaslighting narcissist or some dumb shit. And he was like, that's funny. You're a fucking legend. Prano, your response killed me. I'm like, don't break up with her because she's a Michael Jordan fan. Break up with her because she's stupid and just regurgitates things that people fucking force her to believe.
Well, don't you think I'm right? That's probably coming from daddy.
Also, I'm assuming Tyler isn't dating a girl who's 46. You didn't watch his fucking second of Michael Jordan's career. So shut the fuck up.
That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a dad or a brother or somebody.
Yeah.
Who's just, again, marketing is especially in sports and politics, marketing is fucking wild, man. What people will think because they hear enough of it, but they don't actually break it down. I mean, that's just ignorance.
You know, that to circle this back to the NBA finals, this is one thing that I do really, really, really love about this finals. Obviously, I'm a LeBron James super fan, and I loved when he was in there because, you know, you get to see a player, you know, chasing like all-time greatness. But this Warriors team is, you know, a mini Spurs like run where it's like all these appearances. We'll look back on this the way we look back on the Spurs. It's like it seemed like every year when there wasn't this team that was for some reason destined to get there, whether it be, you know, like the Shaq teams or the fucking whatever, like the Lakers doing this or the Suns doing or whoever gets it. It's like when in doubt, or the Mavericks having a run, like when in doubt, when there wasn't this like team, it was going to be the Spurs. They were just going to rep the West. And we're now at that point with the Warriors. Obviously, the Kevin Durant years, they were those guys. But this Boston team coming out, it's like this finals feels like one of those finals where you're like, I'm just watching two basketball teams. I'm not watching this like story or this like thing. Like, it's just like, I'm like, cool, let's play a basketball series.
Sure.
It's not like a Steph legacy. Like, you know, even if the Warriors go on to win, does this feel right now like it's some sort of Steph legacy series?
No, he definitely wants the MVP though, man.
Yeah, he definitely wants it. And here's the thing. Maybe you can't win the MVP unless you win. So is chasing the MVP costing him the potential of actually winning it?
Well, I wouldn't say so far because he's playing well.
He's playing well, but my point is, I'm not saying Steph is forcing it in any means, but like, look at the Celtics and look at how they're playing and how they're winning, and they're winning going away. It's like the team effort start to finish. I think this is going to be a good series. I think a game 7 happens. I've got Boston, but I think a game 7, anything is possible. But I think for this to be some sort of Steph legacy series, he's going to need a couple of 40s.
Ooh.
Because 36 ain't getting it done, bro. In the end, you got blown out. You lost by 16.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep up.
What's his second halves? He can't keep the pace that he has in the first half in the second half. That's been the problem. And he definitely needs a little more help. Draymond can't have 2 points. Or Jordan Poole's got to put in some more points. It can't just be him and Clay like it was yesterday. Wiggins has got to have more points. Wiggins has to have 20 20-point games.
But leads us back to something, Andy. Isn't Steph the point guard?
Yeah, but he's like
not a point guard.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Just so we're on the same page.
I don't know. I don't ever look at him as a point guard.
Me either. But people will tell you he's the greatest point guard of all time.
Yeah, but he's again, and I know that position has changed and evolved. He's definitely, we all know, not your traditional point guard.
He's just not a point guard, I would argue.
He's not facilitating. Yeah. They really got to win that next game. They got to win that next game.
I mean, you can listen, you can go. Where are we at now? We're at it's 2-1 Boston. What are we at?
It's 2-1 Boston.
Yeah, 2-1 Boston, but this
game 4 is in Boston.
Game 4 is in Boston, right?
Game 5 will be in San Francisco. Game 6 Boston. Game 7 San Francisco.
Yeah, so they need to win. They need to win on the road in Boston next game.
They have.
I don't think you can go down 3-1, go win at home, and then you got to win fucking
in Boston.
Yeah,
then at home. Unless you're the 2016 Cavs.
That's why I'm going Warriors money line game 4.
I disagree. I think Celtics in 6 now. I think Celtics take next game, lose in San Francisco, win game 6, close it out in Boston. Got a little St. Louis love last night. Nelly.
Yeah.
And Tatum.
Yep. Nelly sitting courtside. He finally, if that cut on his face finally healed.
I guess his mom went to the same high school.
All right.
I read that today, which again, small world, U City High. I lived basically across the street from U City High my 5th year in college in U City. So dare I say a little Andy Ruther luck going on there, little Andy Ruther charm that Jason Tatum and Nelly are getting. I don't know, but it's fun for me to see. Bring it all back.
You think Nelly flew in some Emo's pizza for him?
No, I wonder if he got a slinger. I think he'd be diarrheaing all over the court. I didn't get a slinger last time I was in St. Louis.
I've been to St. Louis multiple times. I've never gotten a slinger.
It's like the chili version. St. Louis's chili version of Cincinnati. Which, speaking of chili, guess who called me on my drive home yesterday? And I was stuck in a long drive, so I just took it and we had a nice 7-minute chat. You're never going to guess.
Yoshi.
Cincinnati Bengals ticket office.
How? Why?
Because I bought tickets to one game. Well, I went to 2 games last year, but I bought tickets to one game. And she called me and like the first 20 seconds were scripted. And it was cringe. And I told her that. I said, you got to read that to every person you call. I was in a good mood. So I was like, I feel bad for her. She's like, yeah, I got to read it to every person. And it was a very confusing call.
Valued Bengals fan.
Yeah, it was that. It's
Michelle from the Bengals ticket office. I just want to wish you a happy day here.
What you're doing is not an exaggeration. And it ended with, I was just calling about the upcoming season. And I would love to hear some of your favorite Bengals memories. And I'm like, oh, you caught me in a good mood. You caught me in a good mood so we can talk shop. And I'm just on the expressway. I got another 15 minutes in my drive.
You should have just made up Bengals memories. She's been like, oh, my favorite Bengals memory is the time me and Boomer double teamed a chick. Excuse me? Oh, yeah. I used to be good friends with Boomer Esiason. Me and him, we Eiffel Towered a girl. Sir?
I did mention Boomer. I was actually very nice, but here's what I found interesting.
You're like, my favorite Bengals memory was the freezer bowl. It was so cold we had to put newspaper under our feet. I didn't even drink a beer. It's not actually my memory, it's my dad's, but it's my favorite Bengals memory.
True story. It was confusing though, because she makes the pitch, this big long pitch on season tickets and then individual game. And then she tells me, but there's a waiting list for season tickets. And I was like, I didn't ask her, but I wanted to say, I don't know why I didn't ask her. Like, so is there a waiting list or isn't there? Because you're calling me based off me going to one game last year. You have my information. And now you're telling me there's a waiting list, but there isn't. And ticket packages, I had to laugh. Right? I'm like, this is very Cincinnati Bengals-esque. I'm like, what's going on here? I could not stop thinking of Randy Ruther though. I was like, if Randy was on this line, and then she said, what
Randy's
games
like, my favorite Bengals memory is the time I got a TJ Hushmanzada jersey off of eBay for pretty darn cheap.
She said to me, what games are you looking forward to the most? And it almost felt like an interview. It was kind of weird. And I said, well, I know they open with Pittsburgh. I go, where's Buffalo game? And I was like, where's the Kansas City game? I know they got a lot of good games this year. And then there would be awkward pauses. And I was just thinking, I don't know where this is going. I'm keeping you on the phone because I have nothing to do and I'm curious, but I don't know. She's trying. I felt bad for her. I just kept thinking of like all the people she's calling me. So I bought season tickets. So I'm officially a Bengals fan. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm doing it.
Turns out there is no waiting list. I just had to buy a chili franchise.
Who day? I'm back, baby. Who wants to join me? We're going to paint a truck.
Randy. Randy is Andy. Andy is Randy.
Ooh. If I got season tickets, how many games would Randy fly into all the way from Arizona?
I honestly think that you guys should go in together on a pair of season tickets.
That'd be hilarious.
The Andy and Randy tickets. I
have to admit, and I've obviously already said this, anything is possible with Joe Burrow. I'm admitting like he is overcoming the Brown family curse. He's that good. And I think he has that much swag. Like he's that good. It'll be tough because the division's tough and the conference is tough. But I think with him, anything is possible.
Are the Bengals a playoff team next year?
I joked a few months ago and said no, but yeah, they're a playoff team.
Okay.
They're a playoff team. I still like the Bills, though, to make it to the Super Bowl.
You liked them last year.
I did. I like them again. I just think I think of, if I'm going to do comparisons, I think of Josh Allen. I think of Peyton Manning. It took him a minute. Dumpster fire franchise. But like slowly but surely, after some heartbreaking losses, that's kind of where I see Josh Allen with that squad. Took Peyton 7 or 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Not that Josh has been in the league that long, but I don't know. We need to get to hockey because we do have an update. I've not even listened to the calls. But before we get to our NHL playoffs update, I think we got to talk about Miller Lite because it's this summer, Joe. It's here. We got baseball. We got hockey. We got NBA playoffs. We got LIV golf.
Let me just tell you something, Andy. This isn't even a part of a Miller Lite ad read. This isn't even part of, our contractual obligation to talk about Miller Lite today. Yesterday, I had one of the great days that I've had in a long time. And truly, maybe the best moment of the day. I got up, had chicken and waffles, had a cup of coffee, got to the golf course relatively early. Didn't get any beverages to play golf. Just went out there, started playing. Beautiful day in San Diego on the golf course. Come around the turn. We're coming through the clubhouse right around, we're making the turn from 9 to 10. And my playing partner, hilarious comedian Sam Goldstein, says, "Hey, I'm going to run in. I'm going to get myself a Coca-Cola." And he goes, "Do you want anything?" And I said, "You know what? If they've got Miller Lite, I'll take a Miller Lite." And I pulled our cart over to the 10th tee and I started taking my warm-up swings. And when I saw him walk over with the beautiful pint can of Miller Lite, I can't tell, like, the joy that filled my body, the chills I felt, the goosebumps on my arm. It was like when I heard the first gong of the Top Gun theme when I went and saw Top Gun Maverick. Just seeing that man walk up with the Miller Lite. Because I said to him, if they don't have Miller Lite, I don't know, maybe there's a Pilsner or something they have. When I saw him walk up with the Pilsner, not a Pilsner, the Pilsner, the original light beer, I said, we're about to have a great back nine. And we did. 2 birdies on the back nine, including on 18. Multiple birdie looks. Didn't hit them all. Probably best 9 holes of my life after I got that crisp golden Miller Lite running through my veins.
Love it. So DirtBalls, next time you're getting ready, just like Joe, to enjoy cold ones with your crew, go to MillerLite.com/dirty sports to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Okay. So we're going raw today. Haven't listened. Ryan Klatt from Saskatoon, the official Dirty Sports hockey correspondent. Let's hear what he has to say.
What's going on, Dirty?
Why is it so quiet tonight? What's going on with this? There's got to be something in the settings. Because you heard how quiet that was, right?
Yeah. Is it just your computer volume?
Let's see what we got. Let's see if I'm on crack here. I don't know. This is odd. It's never done this. All my input and outputs are correct. I wonder.
I'm talking about just like hitting the volume button on your keyboard. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
it's on full blast.
It's maxed.
Yeah. Let me see if the other one's the same way.
Maybe it's the connection coming into here. Give that a little twist.
Let me just see.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, it's all. This is a major bummer. It's all sorry. This is great for
No, you're good.
This is great for the show.
Well, we're the hockey correspondent. We got a couple of great calls, We
did. We had some great calls I wanted to get to. I don't know why it's doing this. This has never happened before. I wonder what I could do here. I don't know. Damn. Audio settings. All right, let's try this.
Let's do it.
No, that didn't do anything. But let's
try it.
Hold on. Okay.
Here we go.
What's going on? Dirty Sports. Ryan Clack calling in
Nope.
once again from Saskatoon.
Can you even hear it?
Barely.
Damn.
Well, Ryan, call for Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We had great calls too. We had somebody defending Kenobi.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I believe there's a 4th episode out now, correct?
And that's what he was claiming. He had seen the 4th. He had watched all 4, and he was saying we were being ridiculous. So
we were being ridiculous. I finally watched 3. And so far it should be called Obi-Wan Kenobi pisses in his robe.
yeah. I know. Sorry, I'm messing with. God damn, this is annoying. I don't know, man. I don't know why it's doing this, Prano. This is a major bummer.
Major bummer.
But like, it's just. Why don't I try this? Why don't I try? I bet it's not going to work, but why don't I try one last thing? We might completely lose the sound, but let me see if this one works. And then we'll just fuck with it.
Saskatchewan with your
Nope.
hockey update. We'll start with the
It's even
weather.
worse.
Sounds like Ryan. Sounds like Ryan's calling from down a well. Sounds like he's the Goonies yelling up for the bucket from Troy. Hi, Clyde, Saskatoon.
Dude, I don't know what's going on here.
Now I can't hear even you the same way.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Let me give this one more try. Sorry, one more try.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you tried blowing in it?
Let's go to game.
No. Have you tried blowing in it? Taking out just.
I don't know, man. This
Have you tried unplugging your thing from the side of the computer and just plugging it back in? Try that.
Will that disconnect everything?
No. Just disconnect your audio for a second.
You sure?
Yeah.
Should not have done that.
Why? Oh,
Now it's just my audio. Hold on. Damn it, Prano. This is a bet. Because now I knew it would do that.
this is a nightmare.
Now it's not.
Well, we're going to cut all this out for the audio listener.
Now you're just hearing me from the computer.
Yeah. So just set your thing to fucking use your microphone again.
It won't let me. Unreal. Hold on. Dude, it won't let me.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
That's why I was like, we should not do this. I think. So I don't know how we're just what I needed. I think we might have to end this and restart this. This is unbelievable. You can't unplug?
Can you just reset your fucking settings?
Dude, I'm in it.
But I mean, like in the computer, not on Zoom.
No, it's not even listing the AT. It should say the ATR microphone. It's not listing that anymore in my computer. It's not listing it.
Well, guys, you can follow me on social media.
No, Yep. It's not coming back.
There you are.
Oh.
And we back, and we back, and we back. Now play the call.
Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
But why are you still hold on? The output is still. I'm still hearing you from my mic. Hold on. Can you talk now?
Check 1, 2. Here we are, Andy. I can hear you perfectly.
But I'm getting you from my Mac,
Not from your headphones.
not from my headphones. Hold on. Let's try this. All right, talk.
Hello, Andy.
Okay, so my output should be Zoom or the ATR microphone.
Sure.
My input is the. Hold on. All right, talk.
I'm here, Andy.
Okay, now I got you.
Try the call.
Okay, what if all that mess did it? I'm gonna laugh my ass off. This is gonna be great for YouTube. All right, we are back from technical difficulties. Let's try
Ryan from
this
Saskatoon.
again.
I hear nothing at all.
Oh, you hear nothing? Hold on. I think there's one more. There's one more change I got to do. Hold on. I got to share my screen because it was fine for me right now. Maybe that's why. Now let's see if this works.
I hear nothing.
You hear nothing?
Yeah.
You hear nothing.
I hear nothing.
Why are you hearing nothing?
I don't know. Sorry, Andy.
God damn it.
But
Hold
that
on.
means the viewer is hearing nothing, correct?
Yes. Hold on.
Oh, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to lay down.
You know why? Because I'm not getting the option for Zoom. It's got to connect to the Zoom audio, but now that's not an option. Does that make any sense? You probably don't get what that means, do you?
No.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me try it. Let me try it again.
Okay, Eastern Conference.
Yep. It's something with Zoom. When I went to
Fuck Zoom.
Hold on.
Fuck
There's
China.
mono
I've
and
said
there's
that the whole time.
stereo. Let me try stereo.
Okay.
They changed the settings. I got an email today from them saying they changed some things. I'm just gonna throw a whole wrench into the goddamn show. Okay. Let me see if this is any better.
Go to game 3.
No, god damn it.
Up 2-0 in the series.
I don't know how to figure this out.
Game
Well,
3.
you know, we made our best efforts.
Great.
They basically changed the settings.
And win game 3.
Hey, Zoom, stop fucking around. Ain't nobody asked for no changes.
So I don't know. I got to figure that out because what happens is, I like how this is all live on YouTube. So what happens is basically when I do Zoom,
Love this for YouTube. Love this for our YouTube viewers. This is the bonus shit you guys get on YouTube.
when I do it for Zoom, it has to be, or to connect my phone, the settings on my computer have to be under Zoom audio device.
Follow me on social media.
I just don't know why it's doing this. It's never done this. No, we're gonna end this here, and we're gonna finish the show the other way. We're gonna test it out. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna end this and save it, and then just go back to the same link. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And obviously, I'll cut all this out for the audio.
Okay.
Let
So
me
what do you
just
want me to do right now?
I'm gonna end this. Just hold tight.